Hello, in this demonstration, I am going to transform um, old Gelli prints that didn't quite turn out because as we're printing, Gelli printing generates so many prints and some work out and some don't. So what do we do with them? They're either collage material or I can paint on top of them, add more mixed media, or in this case, I'm going to do some printing on top. I am going to use a carbon black initially because it's going to be high contrast. And then I'm going to go to Prussian blue and titanium white open. I don't have the carbon black and open, so I'm just going to move quickly here. So you'll need your old Gelli prints and then cutting out some interesting stencil shapes, masks. Okay, so here I go on my first one, about a quarter teaspoon of this carbon black paint. And then I'm going to put this mask on. And then line this up as best I can. If I wasn't doing a demo, I would probably um, be a little more persnickety about lining things up. But I'm just trying to give you the idea of what this will look like. Okay, that's kind of, the black is kind of nice on that neutral background color palette. Then I pull this off, and I think this is really interesting. This is where open might be really nice to pick up um, that ghost print. Of course, I'm missing my paper here, my plain paper, that is. So I'm just grabbing this other ghost print and printing on top. Yeah, it's already a little bit too dry. Okay, I'm going to do another one in black, and I'm going to do the positive shape, tree shape. Okay, on top of this leaf print. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So the black is just a more dramatic, higher contrast depending on the background of your Gelli print. Okay, then I'm going to pull this off. Here's just plain white paper. Hopefully I'll get something. Okay, again, it'd be better if it was open. There's more I could do with that. All right, now I'm going to go on to my Prussian Blue Open. I'll have longer manipulation time here. And I'm going to put down some bottle shapes um, that I cut out, a bottle, flower pot, and a coffee cup. And I'm going to do it on top of this more colorful Gelli print. And I should get a little bit more of a transparent color interaction. I do, but again, I'm not really getting a big wow on the focal point, but that's okay. Then I've got my ghost here. I'm just going to pull this one on a sheet of plain white paper. Okay, this would be a print I would do more with because it's low contrast, or I could bring in some collage elements at a later time. Okay, I'm going to do my Prussian again, and now I'm going to do the negative shape printing. Okay, so a little bit higher contrast, and again, because it's open, I can usually I can sgraffito in. Not so much on this one. Okay. I'm going to pull another ghost on this one. Double up, see what I get. Not a big wow for me yet. Let's see. I'm going to go back on that with a little bit of black. So again, this process, it's very trial and error, and then responding in real time, kind of following your intuition as to what paint you might layer on top. So I'm going to come back. I think I'm going to put this stencil back on top. This will be more contrast. Should be, anyway, I'm guessing. Okay. Again, if I had open acrylic black, I could sgraffito in here a bit more, play with that. Kind of interesting. There's something going on there that I might play with at a future date. Okay, now what I really like is that these shapes have picked up and absorbed layers of paint. I can add more to those intentionally. I'm going to do that with the titanium white, maybe a little bit of Prussian mixed in, and I'm going to be a little sloppier on this one. So I can print, or I can apply paint to certain portions of these stencils. And because this is open, I can draw into the surface. I can roll in certain sections. I can tap down to create patterns in there. I just find this really fun to play with. Okay, so now I've got these cut shapes. If I wanted to bring them back into some of these compositions, I could do that. These are all just ideas to explore. That doesn't show up very well there. So I think you get the basic idea with this. And So here's some ones I did beforehand. This just started randomly happening, and I really like them. I can, use them in another piece. I quite like this one on this one here. And then here's some previous ones I did with the black paint on backgrounds that were much more vibrant. So again, as with all things Gelli Plate, it's very much trial and error, and let's see what can happen. So give it a go, and that's it for transforming old Gelli Prints.